southbound. Southbound. And this is Seiad Valley Road or something like that. Anyway, that way to Seiad Valley. Well, I do not remember this spot. I must have just hiked through here back in 15. Well, a little after 6, Seiad Valley is down that ravine. That's where we're headed. Should be there, maybe around noon. Gotta kind of go up and over here for some views and then drop down. They clearly had a fire here. Seiad Valley, down there. PCT southbound, up here. It's got to be close to 70 degrees this morning. It feels pretty warm. Alright, Seiad Valley Road, coming up, up. And just out of view is the gap where we spent last night, end of day 0. Still going uphill, shouldn't be too much further till we start to trend down. Here comes the sun. It's going to be hot today. Alright, well, we're going to bend around. I think I see the trail straight out there. I think we're bending around this little cirque and up over the knoll up there, I believe. And then I think it starts to go down seriously. Just a reminder to our viewers, today I'm walking southbound. Tomorrow, following days, will be northbound. Still trending up. We're going right over that saddle, I think. Definitely nothing like a little morning uphill to get the blood flowing. But with the weather as screaming hot as it is around here in the afternoon, you definitely want to manage when you're hiking. we're coming up on a trail junction here to Echo Lake, which I do not recall. Probably saw the sign, but this would have been very early in the day, going northbound out of Seiad. Anyway, met a woman this morning hiking through camp named Gift Horse from Canada, picking up sections. She stayed here last night, she said. So we're going to walk up here and check it out.
I'd go down there if we were stopping for a minute. I didn't see it.
Oh yeah, there's the water source. Probably doesn't show on film, but
Yeah,
it's down there in that little drainage. Pretty steep down and then back up though. It's a great area, especially when it's early in the morning and only 70 degrees. Yeah. I think we've done most of the calorie burning for the day here. It should start to ease and then turn down in a bit. And so far, no bugs. Nothing last night that I noticed, and just a few little somethings this morning. I don't know if they're mozzies or not. Nothing's landed on me, so I could look. But that's good news. I do have bug control at the ready, though, if I need it. All right, here we go. I've been running into, let's see, I just ran into my third through hiker, Red Panda. He looked kind of familiar, so it's possible I might have seen him back in SoCal when I was there in March. But anyway, I was able to give him some good news that you can now submit your remote entry permit for crossing through the forest into Canada. I sent mine in because I had it all prepped, but it's unlikely I will be using it this year. Okay, about ready to meet up with the double track road that I've been paralleling since we left the junction. Nice little camp spot. Ooh, it looks very wet here, and well, it's drying up, but you could probably get a little water there if you really had to. Let's see what it looks like down here. Oh yeah, there's a little pool with bees and bugs. That's nice. Right on trail. Yeah, let's see. I don't see the trail over there, so maybe we're going up over the saddle ahead. Must be closing in on 7:30 or 8. Feeling pretty good. The day is young though. There's a pond down there, I think. Or maybe it's just wet ground. Yeah, no, that definitely looks like a pond. Oh yeah, and the bugs are starting to make an appearance. Not sure if they're mozzies versus gnats. But maybe I'll get the head net out when I stop for a break. Alright, so Lily Pad Lake. That's appropriately named. You can see the trail right there. Alright, topped out for the most part.
Got a couple loops and then down.
So we're headed over right to that little tiny tip there. And right there is a nice little pond. Not that far off trail. I think there's a spring up here too. I seem to recall stopping for water and then finding out that pond was down there. Definite maybe. Things get all scrambled in the brain after a few years. But that does look kind of familiar. And just passed my 5th no-bow a couple minutes ago. Expect to see more of them. Where are you going? I think right there in that saddle. A little more up. Alright, we've come from way over there, wrapped around, and now we're on a ridge, and eventually the trail will start to drop significantly all the way down to Seiad Valley. Alright, so there's the trail right across that traverse there, around the corner. Oh, here's another sign. Oh boy, I'm thinking this might be one of these off-trail water sources. Let's see here. Oh, 2 blowdowns in a row. That's off the chart. So let's see here. This is called, oh, it's a trail junction, the boundary trail. Oh, you know what? This might be the Bigfoot the Bigfoot follows the PCT out of Seiad Valley, and here's where I think it takes off. So my prior pointing over on that traverse was not right. That's the Bigfoot Trail, also called Boundary Trail, I'm pretty sure. And this is how it starts to migrate its way west over toward Crescent City. Yeah. If you want to see a good thing of the Bigfoot, go to Hiking America. We just hiked it about 3 weeks ago. So we'll have a different point here. I think we're going to kind of follow this ridge a little bit before we drop. Only the trail knows for sure. Hey there, whoops. Great hiking partner. Yeah, these little umbrellas are definitely worth the wait, especially in the heat. Probably knocks 10 degrees. But you've got to watch out for the wind and the brush, because they are a bit fragile. I've carried my Go Light Chrome Dome ever since 2014, and they do work in the rain too. Okay, looking probably northwest, west. Sort of on the back side of this little mountain here. We should be sneaking up on another saddle area. 3 hours in. Definitely feeling how out of shape I am. Oh boy. So I just came down that little traverse downhill to the saddle, and now I'm going to go up just a little bit. I hope only just a little. Yeah. Ooh. I'm ready for that downhill. Any time is good for me. I shouldn't be too far away from it. And getting some cloud cover, interestingly enough, that's kind of keeping the temps down, which is nice. I'm sure down in Seiad Valley it'll still be in the 90s, maybe low hundreds. All right, we've made it to the what I call TOC, top of the climb, going southbound, so we're ready to drop steeply, which is why we're going this direction, so we didn't have to hike up this ridiculously steep incline out of the valley way down there. So there we go. Starting to feel a little tired in the 4th hour. So trying to find a place to stop and fuel up a bit. But yeah, we're going all the way down into that valley. Well, I think the town is more on the other side of that pointy knob there, as I recall. I don't know whether it shows up on camera, but way down at the bottom of the valley, a couple of buildings, that's probably the town or close to it. So, trail's going down this ridge. You can see my partner, whoops, navigating down there. So this is Northern California's version of the knife edge. It's not as long as the true knife edge up in Washington, but kind of similar. Alright, here's the trail junction. The Darky Creek Trail. Never heard of it. But way down there is, I think, Seiad Valley. Let's see what this little old sign says. It's pretty unintelligible. Anyway, okay. I think I'm maybe about 10 or 15 minutes from a water source. That would be good. I need to stop and eat. Spring. Not strong flow, but it's coming out of that pipe. Someone's put it in there. Good job. Whoops is up there sitting on the trail, so it's not very far off trail. I am going to... Oh, here's another little drip here too. I have an older pipe, so there are a couple of them. That's nice. Just to the left of the first little tubey is a metal pipe that has a trickle out of it. So that's good. Yeah. Nice. Alright, let's fuel up, and I've been told we're about 5 miles out. Pretty much all downhill, but still, I'm getting worn out. And the trail, rocky trail and brush and stuff, still requires energy to navigate that, so it all adds up. Alright, there's the town, Seiad Valley, and the river. So, still got a ways to go, but it's pretty much downhill. Hopefully the trail doesn't get too weird brushy. That was really annoying back there. Okie dokie, see, it's about 1:45, I think. I'm about 3-ish miles from the road, 2 miles from a nice spring trough. I'm going to stop there and pour water over me. But this is a cruisy trail right here. This is like a little freeway. You can definitely make good time miles when it's like this. You can feel the heat inching up as I drop in elevation. But I'm going to have some cool water within the hour. So I've been stopping every once in a while in the shade for 5 minutes and just decompressing a bit. Given my lack of conditioning and the heat, and just, I think, let's see, we started at 6, so we're coming up on 7 hours. It's a fairly good bite for day 1. So I may need to think about ramping it back a little bit tomorrow. Kind of trying to use this trip as a conditioning trip if I can. Get back and continue on the bike. Maybe some local hiking if there's some around. I know there is up on Mount Hood. So, yeah, I mean, for me, being a senior, it definitely takes a bit to get anywhere near what I would consider the definition of in condition is. And of course the heat, it's not blazing hot yet, it will be in another 2 or 3 hours. By then I'll be down on ground zero. I can see the river in front of me down there. But as these trails go, you know, switch back and meander your way down the mountain, because it's a two-way affair. People have to hike up this, so you don't want to make it too brutally steep. I did this in 15, and I felt it was a fair amount of work, but pretty well graded. Yeah, I think I'm looking down at the store in the RV park. Okay, put the camera away for a bit. Yeah, you can tell this part of the trail here has been brushed out. You can see all the stubs from the brush where they've been cut, and it opens it up. Back several miles ago, it was thick. My gosh, you just had to ease your way through it, and I'm in shorts, and I haven't left any blood on the trail from my legs. I had a thorn bush grab my right forearm, so a little bleeding there, but anyway, when the trail crews take on a section of trail, it's really nice. It just makes such a difference to not have to fight through high brush, branches. You gotta be extra careful where you step, because you can't always see where that next step is, so it just goes with the territory. But thank you to whoever took responsibility for this part of the trail and cut down the brush on that's right next to the trail. Huge difference. All right, just pulled off at a spring where I'll tell you, there's only another 1.6 to town, but I was really getting hot, and so that made a big difference. And I'm still feeling tired, worn out, but definitely having some good water therapy helped. And I'm basically walking down the trail now with everything I have on wet, totally wet, not wrung out at all, so hopefully that'll get me down to the road and the store, and that'll be it. Otherwise I'll go jump in the river. Oh man, yeah, I am definitely going to have to be a little smarter on these hot days. So there are different ways that I can cut it. There's nothing I need to do in terms of miles or destinations, but if I can orchestrate some hiking on dirt on trails, that would be good conditioning, but it's got to be managed better. And I knew this was going to be downhill into the warm or the hot, but wow, first day out, I think it's going to come out to about 15 miles, something like that, and I can definitely feel it in my legs. Fortunately, on the downhill, my upper body doesn't get worked like it would if we were going uphill, so everything gets worked. So here, at least, some of the body gets some relief. And as you can see, I found a decent amount of shade, because when you come into the sun, there's no joking, it's hot. Yeah, I had the umbrella up for a while, that helped. And then I knew that spring was coming up, so I just peeled everything off except my shorts and shoes and socks, of course, and then walked down to the spring with my hat. The trail was decently shaded, which made a big difference. So, all right, let's wrap this day up. Spend the rest of the day tonight and God knows what, recovering. All right, the road. I think I heard a familiar voice. Let's hope so. This is a sight for sore eyes. All right, so about, I'm going to say 50 yards maybe from the car is this little tributary that feeds into the main river. It's the Seiad Valley swimming hole, they say. And I am going to partake for a minute or two. Oh, yeah. Here we go. All right, this is one of the best ways to cool down if nature provides, and nature is providing here. Find a body of water and lie down in it. Oh, that's so nice.